Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This is for Monday the 3rd of August going through until Sunday the 9th of August 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to give you a forecast for the coming week. I've had a look at what the planets are doing up in the sky and how they're going to influence all of us down here on planet Earth. So this horoscope is for all the signs of the zodiac: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. The horoscope is based on UK time, so if you're elsewhere in the world, then please take that into account. And I'm going to give you a breakdown of each day. So I've had a look exactly how the planets are moving on each specific day and what energy they're going to create for all of us. So let's have a look at what you can look forward to and what you've got to work with. Starting with Monday, the 3rd of August. That's a really amazing, powerful start to the week because we have a full moon in Aquarius happening at 5 o'clock on Monday the 3rd of August. That's based on UK time. A full moon is something that happens every month. The moon is completely lit up and it gets to this completion point where it can say, I can let go and relax and just shine and be. And it showers you with Aquarius energy, in this case, full moon in Aquarius. So I'll go into more detail. I'll make a separate video on this and give you a rundown exactly of what that means. And the influence of the full moon and new moon, so these big events with the moon every month, they usually last the day before, the day of, and day after because it's such a big kind of event. So from the 2nd to the 4th of August is full moon in Aquarius time. Aquarius is an air sign, so that's masculine. It's about getting your ideas across. It's thinking in abstract ways, thinking about how you can be of service to other people, what your role is in connection with other people, and your kind of placement in the world and how you can serve yourself and others. So loads of ideas will be floating around. We also have the communication planet Mercury in Cancer at the moment, and Cancer is a water sign. It's a cardinal water sign of taking charge and saying, how can I take care of the people I love, and what is my personal life like, and how can I take control of that to make it suit my needs. It opposes, so it's 180 degrees away from Saturn. The same way the sun and the moon oppose each other, so the sun fully lights up the moon, Saturn and Mercury are also completely opposed to one another at 180 degrees. And whenever a planet opposes Saturn, it's kind of put on the spot, and Saturn says, okay, this is your potential and what could you be doing in terms of communication and taking care of yourself and other people, and let's have a look at what you're actually doing. And that's why Saturn can often come across as so strict and okay, because it really puts things under the microscope and it forces you to look at things. This opposition, by the way, between Mercury and Saturn happens once a year, so it'll be over soon. But it's interesting that it happens at the same time as this full moon in Aquarius, because you're being tested in the way you think about yourself and others, and this full moon in Aquarius gives you access to all these amazing new ideas. So I think it's about change and changing your own perspective on other people and looking at where you're falling behind a little bit and where you're open-minded. Yeah, that's really wonderful in the sense of how can you be sociable and how can you connect to people in an easy way. So it's a great way to start the week. It's like boom, loads of energy. So energy is not going to be the problem. Things will be moving really, really quickly. But what you'll notice is that you're more sociable than usual, and you're also open-minded in the sense of you're willing to understand new things and learn about new people and ways of living. The opposition between Mercury and Saturn, that allows you to accept some home truths about yourself that may not be easy or fun. It's just a fact of life. It's reality about you, where you're at in life. And you're able to look at that without judgment. And because of that, you're able to learn from it, transcend it, and to grow as a person. And I've put here, especially when it comes to the relationship that you have with yourself. So this is actually really nice. It's this huge day, but you're being tested in the sense that something is expected of you. And if you rise to the occasion by using all the energy that's available to you, the test is, Are you good to yourself? Do you have a good relationship with yourself? And if you ace that, hooray, you'll have that for life. On Tuesday, the 4th of August, we've got Mars making an appearance now. Mars is like the little soldier. I always think of him as that little monster in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, that Martian the Martian, Marvin the Martian, you know, the little black thing with the helmet and just anger problems, and he's this small and hilarious. So Mars in Aries is the soldier. It's I get what I want, I can do what I want. And yeah, the image I get today particularly is this little Napoleon, power-hungry lunatic stomping around not getting what he wants. It squares Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter's the lucky planet. So Jupiter in Capricorn says, work and do things because they will have a marvelous, miraculous outcome. Trust in the process, trust life. And then at the same time, we've got this connection with I want, I need, da, da. And they don't really go together because it's like, I will allow things to happen the way they're supposed to happen. That doesn't go with I want my coffee 5 minutes ago and I want to buy these 2 things. So expect a push and pull between those, but Mars doesn't deliver in terms of good luck. Jupiter does. So if you go with life is supposed to take the path it's supposed to, so go into acceptance mode, you're likely to be much luckier here on Tuesday. Venus, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty and connection, she's in Gemini. So I like that placement. Venus in Gemini, first of all, she rules Libra and Taurus, so an air sign, and Gemini is kind of close because it's also an air sign. I just think it gives the goddess of love room to breathe and to express herself. And she also forms a relationship with Saturn. She quincunxes Saturn in Capricorn. So she's not being tested, but she's being given this foundation of it's okay to be you, this support system and approval via Saturn. And Mercury, the communication planet, hooray, this is really good news. It enters Leo. So the way you think and the way you communicate isn't going to be in Cancer. As of Tuesday, it's going to be in the fire sign Leo, which is super confident, and it's about you. So thinking now revolves around you. So it sounds like you've learned the lesson that Monday the 3rd is offering you. Do you love yourself or not? Yes, good, thumbs up. And I mean, we would be silly to say, no, I'm going to deliberately fail that. So even if you struggle with yourself, make sure you love yourself on Monday the 3rd because you'll get something really positive out of it. So on Tuesday, because of that Mars, Jupiter back and forth, there's real friction between you and the rest of the world, or it'll start to feel like that, whereas Monday was all about, you know, the human family. And the reason for the change is because Mars it forces you to become more demanding in getting your hopes and dreams and making those a reality. You matter. It's not just all acceptance, que sera, sera. I want, I need. So obviously if you're taking that approach, there's more room for you to get hurt because you don't get. Bye. You know, that's going to upset you. Whereas if you're like everything goes and life is what it is, then there's far less room for you to get upset and to get your hopes dashed because you have very few. So become aware of that you're kind of asking for more, and maybe that's why you're getting more rejection or responses that are a little bit too real for you that you'd rather not have. What you'll also notice is where you take a back seat in life and where you assert yourself already and where you can assert yourself more. So it's kind of important that you do look out for your own interests because it's showing you where you're completely, not just accepting, but completely passive, and you just let whatever is going to happen, happen. And because you have this focus and confidence, that's going to make you feel so full of excitement. It's like a champagne bottle blowing up. So it's like, it's a real positive energy in the sense of, it's not just I want, I need, like an addiction. It's I actually have fun, I'm enjoying my life, I can add happiness and exuberance and energy to this thing because I want it, and the whole process can become enchanting and marvelous for everyone else around you. So you really add something to the world on Tuesday. Make sure you're aware of that and that you focus on your hopes and dreams and that you will get those, and that rejections and disappointments are kind of not given too much importance, and that you keep focusing on the goal, on what is ahead, not what doesn't work, okay? So keep going in the right direction, keep the energy and the enthusiasm up on Tuesday, and again, expect something marvelous to happen. It's really, there's a great sense of build-up and celebration here on Monday and Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday, the 5th of August, the moon now takes a nosedive into Pisces at 2:29 in the morning. So it's diving into this pool of water. It's now focused on the spiritual, on the inner world, on the connection with the unmanifest, the divine. The Pisces moon sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so it forms a relationship, a positive one, with the chaos planet in the earth sign of control and money and what you can take charge of. And it quincunxes the sun in Leo. So that's weird. That's the sun in a fire sign, Leo, then the rebel in an earth sign, which is totally counterintuitive. Uranus is like, I'm free, no one will hold me down, and Taurus is like, I'm the bull, I will hold you down. And the Pisces moon is just off on its own little mission. So that's a super weird energy, and the day, Wednesday, kind of reflects that, because you may suddenly feel like you're going undercover and following your own desires more than anyone else's, to the extent that you may feel tempted to keep things secret and to do something naughty. Or it may feel like it's all cloak and dagger, and should I be doing this? Be careful with what's done behind the scenes, because it's always going to come out into the light. So if you're getting involved in some dodgy things here on Wednesday, don't. It's going to catch up with you. And think about that in general. If you're doing, if you're trying to put out a positive vibration, and you chant Om in the morning and Ah, or Ah in the morning and Om in the evening, but then as soon as you've finished with your meditation, you start getting into your business, which is involved with just conning people, then the work is what you're manifesting. You can't just be super miserable and then throw in 2 minutes of happy-go-lucky mantras and then expect everything to be happy-go-lucky. It's the quality of the majority of your life that really is what you manifest. And Wednesday is really weird. It's like, do I make a public spectacle of myself, or do I take my giant desires and put them, act them out in the dark somewhere, or do I try and brush them under the carpet and not rise to the occasion at all? So those aren't the easiest options, and it does feel kind of chaotic. What is good, so what I would focus on, is it's a good day to come to some sort of an understanding or compromise or agreement with chaotic friends, with people you don't really understand, or people you've had a lot of conflict with lately, and they seem a little bit like their life is all over the place. By the way, if you spot it, you got it, so that's probably why you're friends, because of the chaos, it attracts you. But someone who seems a little bit further out on the limb than you, if you're interested in fixing and healing a relationship like that, Wednesday's the day to do it. Also, anyone considering an addiction they have and considering a possible ending to that addiction, it's really a good day to entertain that kind of thinking, because it is a good day to quit a substance that you're addicted to. It's almost like you can sidestep your addicted brain and kind of sneak past it. That's where the cloak and dagger, doing things under the radar, really comes in when it comes to tricking a negative part of yourself. It's a window of opportunity to escape from faulty thinking, which is amazing, because the only thing holding you back in life is your own thinking. So if you're able to tweak that and make it amazing, then that's what you'll manifest. So Wednesday, if you feel like you are holding yourself back, like if you have a love addiction, or if you have a food addiction, or anything that really you feel props you up but has now become a crutch, and then you have several crutches, and then you start tripping all over your crutches, if you've got to that level with addiction, then you may start to see or get the opportunity to escape. Because with addiction, it's not like, that's why I'm saying it's a good day on Wednesday, because the addicted brain is usually awake, and it's hard to trick it and to kind of have that 5-minute break to say, actually, the behavior that I display for the last 10 years is actually abnormal. The brain doesn't like you thinking things like that. It doesn't like informing on itself. And that's why Wednesday is a good day to do something totally outside of your comfort zone, basically. Yeah. On Thursday, the 6th of August, we've got the Pisces moon conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. Okay, so we're under the sea now with Sebastian and King Triton and Ariel. Except there's no dancing and there are no singing fish. I love this. So there's loads of water. Okay, it's really like I feel everything and everybody. It sextiles the Pisces moon, also makes you super psychic, by the way, and it sextiles Jupiter, the lucky planet of good fortune and success, and Pluto, death and rebirth. So no, we're not just under the sea, we're in a little dream cavern off to the side doing underwater spirit work. This is intense. And it also quincunxes the sun in Leo. So we've got some light at the end of the tunnel and some hope. Eric is on the surface with his little boat. Okay, that is super intense. And the kind of Little Mermaid metaphor there is you're deeply in your feelings on Thursday. So what I noticed when I wrote this is that the global consciousness is strangely connected. Pretty much everyone is going to have this unusual presence in their feeling worlds, and because everyone is connected to that, we're all connected to each other. So some people are going to tap into that, and what they're going to take from it is global angst, and they're going to try and sweep that over themselves and as many other people as they come into contact with. You know, it's like people who go to a shop. I don't know, I think I heard this ages ago when I worked for someone. I think if a person who complains about a customer experience, I think they tell 20 people or something. This is totally off, I'm just ad-libbing. And someone who has a positive experience, I think they tell one person or two people, but it's the people who experience something negative feel obligated to just spread the fear and the negativity to as many people because they're so outraged. Whereas if you're positive, it doesn't feel that urgent and manic. Same here, there's this huge connection, and some people who have a lot of negativity that's still in them and is unresolved, it's most likely that those people, remember, if you spot it, you got it. So when negative news comes in, that it has the biggest angsty effect on them. And it's likely that there is going to be some sort of news or some big event on Thursday the 6th that does cause that kind of wave of fear in some people. But the same event or bit of news that does influence a big part of the population or a big area, a lot of people, other people are going to use this information to really set themselves apart and to break through into their real identities. So what that means is that fear gets to a breaking point on Thursday, and it gets so bad that some people are going to be liberated from it. They'll be able to break through it, because fear only takes you so far. You know, you get to a rock bottom, you get to a nervous breakdown, you get to a panic attack, you get to this moment of I can only be so oppressed, and then I rebirth myself and I'm like the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's the amazing thing about us human beings, that everything is temporary. And a negative force, even though the force itself may be an archetype universal like love or fear, we're not. We're in and out of all of those things, and that's why we're able to grow and choose where we end up or what areas we spend most time in. So Thursday is an amazing, miraculous day in the sense that something's going to come in that will oppress others and really set others free. So look at your perspective and your reaction to events on Thursday particularly, because it's going to be very telling in the sense of where you are in your life. Are you full of fear, or are you shaking things off and you're able to rise above them? On Friday, the 7th of August, the moon moves into Aries at 6 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. The moon in Aries is now in the first sign of the zodiac. It's like, oh, the storm is past. You're back on dry land. It's kind of, okay, We've discovered this new area. Let's get the chariots out and let's go exploring. So there's a feeling of independence, of strength, of being renewed, reborn, and real energy. So Friday is another Monday in the sense of anticipation and, oh, here we go, this is a big day. The Aries moon then trines Mercury in Leo, so the communication planet has moved out of water, out of Cancer, into Leo, the sign of the lion, the sign of summer. So Aries is spring, Mercury communication planet in summer. Those two are connecting, and that's all fire. That's new energy, that's growth, that's building, that's basking in the warmth of the world and the relationships that you formed. And it's really a fun, high vibration, positive energy. Also, Mercury in Leo allows you to get your point across in a fun, confident, effortless way. So if you're trying to charm people or win people over, Mercury in Leo is really, really helpful with that. So Friday is a good day to communicate. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into Cancer on Friday the 7th. So Mercury has come out of Cancer and now the love planet is in Cancer. Cancer is about the domestic sphere, and with Venus responsible for romantic love, it's really a homecoming to yourself, to other people you love, to your inner circle. Altogether, it's a big shift in energy because the pain of the past few months, you're able to see that as something different now, or something that has been, rather than this current experience. So there has been a break in the pain body, as Eckhart Tolle would call it. And because of that break, it's almost like, okay, I can see that as something that has been and I've dealt with, and you can start to heal with whatever has been paining you over the last few months, whether it's the lockdown or some personal, a breakup of a relationship or a move that didn't go very well. This is a day for people who've been through it to start the healing process permanently. So Friday, remember, and it's important that you remember this because you can really tap into it on Friday. You're perfect just the way you are. You don't have to be anything other than yourself. You don't have to change. You don't have to grow. You don't have to do anything. You're perfect the way you are right now, watching this very second. Your ego deflates and you're liberated as a result. And that's a different way of saying what happened the day before. You know, the storm has passed and you're now back on dry land. It's this thing that was causing a lot of turmoil emotionally has quieted down, and you've got your even keel back. It's your emotional stability. You stop second guessing yourself, and as a result your problems become effortless and you're able to transcend them because you have that light, positive, dancey kind of rhythm of Leo, the confidence, the ability to just tap dance your way out of anything rather than to slog your way through. It's a different attitude. So anything you've put off for a while because it's just been unbearable or too much, tackle it today on Friday the 7th. You have the energy and the power to see things through that you hardly ever have. And you have the self-love to overcome anxiety, and anxiety particularly that is induced by procrastination, which is the worst kind of anxiety. I have to do this, but I can't. I have to, but I can't. Awful. So, because you have the extra boost, go and tackle difficult things. If you haven't had a good time in ages, put on your dancing shoes and dance around your living room if you can't go out. It's the time to party, and we need to bring joy into our own systems if we're going to bring it out into the world. Because, newsflash, the joy you experience all comes from you. You bring that joy into the world. No one else brings it. Other people may reflect it in you, but you bring the joy to the table. You're a joy-making machine, okay? You churn out joy. And if you've got nothing to churn on, then you can't create any joyous, happy circumstances. So do it for yourself first. You deserve it. You really do. If you have lived through 2020, and unless you're 5 months old or a newborn, you have been conscious for the last 5 months, you're a survivor, okay? It's a difficult period to get through. And not only are you getting through it, you're thriving in a time that historically is going to be looked at as rather challenging. Saturday, the 8th of August, we've got the Aries moon conjuncting Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer. He self-sacrificed himself. That's not a word. He sacrificed himself at the end. That's like over-exaggerated, isn't it? Whereas it's just exaggerated, and self-sacrifice, isn't a sacrifice giving up the self? I think so. He sacrificed himself for Hercules. He had this immortal life and he gave it away. Chiron is therefore a symbol of healing and transformation in astrology. And when he's in Aries, it's as the result of your action. And the Aries moon makes you feel super comfortable with saying, okay, my action, I explore, I do. I hop on the chariot and say, giddy up, let's go. You're the boss. So that conjunction in itself, by following your heart's desire and your inner true voice of confidence and joy and yes, I can do it, which is the real you, that's going to achieve a healing in you automatically. It also trines the sun in Leo, so more fire. We've got the center of our solar system on fire in Leo, and they square Jupiter in Capricorn. So the lucky planet is causing some friction here and saying, if you work hard enough, I will sprinkle some good luck dust your way. So Saturday is fab in the sense that it's finally a day for adventure and exploration and doing something new and fun. And doing things with those you love, being around people you really like and adore. So have a barbecue if you like that. Play some video games if you like that. How do you socialize? Do you throw a cocktail party? Or do you go on Zoom and chat with all your buddies? Whatever it is for you. And most people like to socialize. I would say that even if you would say you're a grumpy, recluse or something, if someone gives you a compliment or someone just gives you a hug or something, I mean, you're still a human being at the end of the day. I think most people like and need that, to be honest. I mean, I need it. If you don't, tell me what you're doing, because I don't think anyone is immune from suffering when all the connections have been cut off. We need active connections with other people. So however you enjoy yourself and however you're social, have fun, be social, be merry, enjoy yourself, kick up your heels, have a good time. Anyone who struggles to get things done, you'll find it really helpful to connect with other people and nature and to mix leisure time with some work time to keep things balanced on Saturday, and to, again, it's almost like tricking your mind. It's from something that usually is insurmountable, that's such a huge obstacle that it's like, I can't. But if you mix it with having a bit of fun here on Saturday, that something that would usually take you 8 hours of hard labor is going to take you an hour of concentrated effort, because you've lifted things so much as the week has gone on. So if you have the opportunity for leisure, and then you're able to achieve some work in that, ideally combine the two and go play golf with a potential business partner and make the deal, if you're able to do it that way. But that's the key word, Saturday. Balance. Fun is going to be there anyway. I mean, the astrology is all fire. The moon is Aries, fire. Chiron, fire. The sun, fire in itself, and in Leo, more fire. And then the only thing that's in Earth is Jupiter and Capricorn. So fire, 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 fire. Work at bringing some grounded practicality to all that fun, and you'll have the best of both worlds on Saturday. Finally, Sunday, the 9th of August, Mercury in Leo. Yay, party! Trines Chiron in Aries. I can heal myself. I can. There's no such word as I can't. I can. I will. Yes. And combined with Mercury in Leo, that's a fun time already. The Aries moon then also sits on Mars in Aries. So we've got even more fire here on Sunday. And it squares Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. So bye-bye good luck of Jupiter and hello death and structure. But with all the fire, that's even better in the sense, I always say this, but it makes sense to me. Take some clay, put it in a kiln, and you get this amazing piece of art that can only be made by exposing it to your own temper, by the ravages of your own personality. Some of us are kind of, I don't know about you, but sometimes my head and my feelings, they urge me to do something which I hadn't really planned on, and I have to kind of do it and go along for the ride. I mean, obviously I decide what I do, but you know, some things that totally go against my nature, like for instance, becoming a teacher, taking a PGCE in teaching. Why? No, I'm not a natural teacher. Why would I do that? It was just part of what I had to go through to get to this place where I'm at now, which I love. But the person I was back then was like, why would you do that to yourself and torture yourself by putting yourself through the school system? You know? But I didn't realize why I had to do that. I just listened and did it. It's because sometimes we have to do things even if they don't make sense. And with all this energy here on Sunday, the Aries moon, Mars in Aries, Pluto and Saturn, sometimes you have to burn your way through your life like that to really affect major change and to build a new platform on which you can be secure. Like for me, the teaching was an intermediary between my former life, then teaching, and this life that I'm living now. So I couldn't have gone from the one to the other without trusting my guidance, my gut, what I was feeling. Because suddenly I was meditating and I got the message, become a school teacher. At 31 or whatever it was. So yeah, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting Sunday. And if you've thought about moving or changing your career recently, or if it's felt urgent, it's time to flesh this out and to make a serious plan. Don't confess this is a different subject, but if you have a friend who you just adore and you're madly in love with, don't confess your love to this friend if you can possibly help it. Also, in general, try to have fewer expectations of other people, and especially if you have this expectation of, I'm going to educate someone so they can become a better person, they owe it to me because I do all this for them. Don't go in for either. Don't confess your unrequited love to someone. Don't tell someone else how terrible they are as an opportunity to help them learn and grow. They're not going to appreciate it. It's not going to go down well. Focus on how you can grow and develop as a person, how you can love yourself by focusing on things that you can alter in your life. Travel, work, and health. And that can be health in the sense of, okay, I eat 5 Big Macs a day, I'm going to start exercising, or cut down to 1 Big Mac. Or I've been in this job for 15 years and I don't like it and I want to do something else. I mean, that's how every change starts. It may sound simple, but some people don't even allow themselves to do that. I've been here 25 years, I can make it the last 5. Even though all these great opportunities are coming my way, I'm going to ignore those and just make it through until retirement. No, don't do that. Travel. Have you been somewhere lately that has inspired you and made you feel, wow, the world's really beautiful? If not, it's time to go somewhere and to see something new. And if you can't leave your house, time to look at National Geographic and marvel at the wonder of the world, because on Sunday you're going to be inspired. And by focusing on these things that you can then implement as a result of being inspired, those are going to be the big success stories on Sunday, the 9th of August. So if you don't have anything to apply yourself to because you don't care, you won't have a success story. So it's about finding that thing inside you that says, wow, I love. Okay, so that's what I get for you for the week of Monday the 3rd, going through until Sunday the 9th of August. I hope you have a lovely week. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. Click on Book Your Reading on the front page. In my personal readings, I use your astrology chart, which I draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. Once I have those 3 things, I get a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. So I'm standing on planet Earth, I look up at the sky and see what it looked like at the moment you were born. And by reading that chart, I can answer any questions you have about life purpose, vocational aptitudes, where to live, when to move, love, relationship, money, career, finance, personal development, strengths and weaknesses. Any questions you have, I can answer those. So if you have anything on your mind that you want to talk to me about, then please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and share the video online. Most importantly, have an amazing week, because it looks like an amazing week. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Have a wonderful time, and I'll speak to you soon.